Hello, thank you for stopping by at our channel. I'm Lynn Thurman,
And I'm Paul Thurman.
and today we are going to be doing 4 mini readings, all from The Animal Spirits of the Sacred Isles, which is currently on Kickstarter. It will be on Kickstarter until the end of January, so please come along and support the project and help bring the animals to life. So we're going to kick off, Paul's going to kick off with a love reading.
Yeah, today for the love reading, I picked the card Crane. Now, the crane in life is a really balanced bird, and not just because he balances on one leg. He's balanced in the way he raises his family. He's balanced in the way he fishes. It's almost like he considers absolutely everything. So that kind of action requires a lot of patience, and that's the key word I'm going to be working with today for the love reading. This week will require the spirit of the crane is asking you to be patient with your spouse or your partner or your love interest, that person you're in a relationship with. Maybe they're going to do some things that jiggle you a little bit. They're going to possibly respond in ways that you don't expect. Um, but the crane just says, just consider things, just watch it and be patient with it. And that's the love reading for this week.
Now I'm going to move on to work and money. And the card I drew for this area of your life is the slow worm. So now the slow worm is an interesting creature, very rare over here, only in a few places. And we were lucky enough to see slow worms when we lived back in Hampshire, but sadly they were dead because the cats had got them. So they're not actually worms and they're not actually snakes, they're actually kind of legless lizards. And the slow worm brings with it a keyword of mislead or misleading because people don't really know what they are, so they assume that they're snakes. So this is the kind of energy that's in your work and money area this week. This is all about thinking or being aware that maybe what you're being told isn't to the best of your advantage, that people might be innocently or maybe purposely misleading you, wanting to lead you in a different direction. So this is a good week to be aware, maybe not make any big decisions, and to kind of retreat into yourself a bit and get on with what you know how to do and how you do it well, and be a bit wary about other people's influence if they want to put in their 2 pence worth, because maybe their motives aren't just as pure as they could be. So that is the work reading for this week, and Paul's going to bring you family.
And for the family this week, I drew the deer, and in this particular instance, the stag. Now, the stag in Arthurian legend always appears when there's an adventure to come. And so that's the key word that's going to go with the reading for family is adventure. So sometimes in family life, things occur that you don't expect. And people will come up with things that you just don't understand. Being the father of a daughter, I see that a lot. And sometimes the thing to do is to get grumpy about it, or to try to make it go your way, or to try to put the understanding in your light. What the spirit of the stag is calling us to this week is to consider the things that people present to us as an adventure, to go beyond ourselves, to think outside of the box, and to just let things be, and to move, and to consider it a great adventure to see what's unfolds. And so if you find your family either kind of vexing you or coming up with things you don't expect, consider it an adventure, go with it and see where it leads. And I think by the end of the week, you'll come up with quite a good story to tell.
Wise words there. And finally, I am going to talk about well-being And the animal that's guiding us this week is the marten, often called the pine marten. And the key word with this little chap is isolation, because he likes to be alone. He lives in the forest. They're quite rare these days, sadly. Like most of the animals in the in the oracle deck, they're mainly threatened. But the marten, he is a good um, he's a good predator. He is good in the trees. He comes up mainly at night, on the evening. So the energy for the marten is actually to take some time back to yourself and to isolate yourself. Not all the time. I mean, that's kind of impossible these days, but to take some time for yourself to find out what will make you feel better within your body, your mind, spirit. What needs to be what needs to be done. And you can't do that when the world is so busy around you and everything is so hectic and noisy. We need to isolate, to come back into solitude with ourselves, because that's where we find the answers. So the well-being this week is to take some time out of your busy schedule and just sit with yourself and see what your soul is telling you need to do to feel great, or even just a little bit better. So they are our readings this week, and I'm really happy that you've joined us on these videos. Please come back next week and like and subscribe and share. We'd really appreciate that. So until until next week, bye bye.
Take care, everyone.